Okay, there we go. And I'm finally live. There we go. Welcome, welcome everyone. Thanks for checking my mic is working. Because it's something I'm usually concerned about each time because I had issues with that before. So let's see. I will be doing a tarantula feeding today because I didn't do it yesterday. Well, it wasn't a tarantula feeding yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but last week. It wasn't a tarantula feeding, but I didn't do a live stream because I was ill at the time. Unfortunately. I was quite unwell, and today I have a headache, but doing alright so far. But yeah, I'm just gonna check my microphone real quick, make sure that's actually working. That's the most important part of being heard. I'm kind of talking a little bit lower this time. Just because I'm closer to the mic here, so it wouldn't be too loud. Yeah. With the loud volume, it sounds a lot louder, and that's exactly why I'm talking a bit lower, because I know I'm close to the mic, so it's gonna be a lot more louder. Because usually I have my mic on the side, and that way I talk a little bit extra louder, just so you can make sure you can hear me. But this time I have it right here, so. Okay, well, we're doing tarantula live stream feeding. I will be feeding my tarantula. Also, really big excitement as well. My cockroaches have bred. They now have babies, which is really strange. Obviously, it's gonna happen because obviously you got adult males and females in there, and they're in this place. They got food. They got everything they need, and so it's just expected to happen. And I did expect it to happen, but it's just a factor of it's pretty crazy because the how small they are and how unexpected, because I didn't expect it this soon. Like it's really unexpected. I didn't expect it. I went to look in their enclosure and I just suddenly saw baby versions, and I was like, that's so weird. Like, I didn't expect it to happen this soon. Obviously I've had them for a few months now. Not even a year, just a few months, and like this, I would say at least a few weeks after I got Astrix, that's when I had these cockroaches, and these cockroaches have now had babies. It's so weird, but at the same time it was expected to happen. Obviously it's gonna happen because you have male and females and they're adults, and it would just happen. But it was just so weird how quick it was. I assumed it was gonna be like at least like a year or 2 or 3 maybe even, but this time it was like a lot slower, well, a lot faster, and it's just so odd. But there's tons of babies. I got little miniature babies going around. They're absolutely adorable. But the only thing is though, I have a hole at the top of the container, and I'm not entirely certain because I have not done my research at all upon cockroach babies, because I just didn't expect it to happen anytime soon. I expected like them to like at least take a year or so to prepare themselves, but apparently they did not need a year or so. They just needed a few months. But I just don't know what to do with cockroach babies, but I'm gonna be researching it, trying to do it best as I can as a mother to them. But yeah, I have a hole in the top of the container, and I'm trying to get a new box just in case, like, because I know that with cockroaches, if you keep the sides like thin and slick, they won't be able to climb up it. And with the adults, they can't do that. They can't climb up it. Therefore, they can't get to the hole that's in the top of the enclosure. It's just like a little tiny little hole, kind of about like maybe the palm of my hand kind of size. and it was made because I was putting man-made holes into the lid, and it accidentally broke. And so that's kind of what happened there, and it just ended up staying there. I didn't replace it. I didn't cover it. I just assumed that, you know what, the cockroaches will probably just stay in there, and they did. They did. But with the babies, I'm not entirely sure if that will happen. So I've ordered these two sets of boxes that are blackouts, because with these deadly roaches, they will like the darkness. They hide in the darkness. Everything in the darkness. They will go and hide in there. They feel most comfortable there, and that's where they just it's the best environment for them to be in. And so I'm hoping to get those soon, so then they can be in there and I can transfer them into it. Hopefully not losing any deadly roaches in the process, because that will not be fun. That is a thing I do not want to go through. But yes, hello, welcome. My loading screen is happening for a really long time for the comments, so I'm sorry if I'm missing any comments here. I do have another tab open, so I will be able to view the actual comments, but I have to switch each time. So, because it's not appearing on this page for some reason, on the main live stream page, so I have to switch to the actual group page instead, which kind of sucks, but I mean, at least I can still view the comments. But yes, how has everyone been? How has your weekend been? How has your week been? All that good stuff. How was your last week? Since we didn't have a live stream then, because obviously I was ill at the time, very poorly, but I'm back and better now. Just got a little bit of headache today, and that's about it. But yes, I do have Astrix. She's just open in the corner over there at the moment. I don't have her here with me. Usually I start live streams with her here, because then it's easier. But I've just kind of just started and had her over there, because I have to still go get cricket as well, so. Yeah, I got both deadly roaches and cricket boxes behind everything, and so I have to go and get to it. And at least with if I did get the upgraded boxes, that way I can bring them over here because they will be small enough. The boxes I currently have the deadly roaches in are way too wide and not tall enough, and that's kind of something that I've been really annoyed about. But as well as it's something that I still have for them, so it's still good, decent. I still have to figure out, like, should I move them with the babies and stuff like that? Is it a good idea? I'll do lots of research on that to try and make sure I'm more knowledgeable about it and stuff like that, because it is very important, because you just don't want to, like, mess with that kind of stuff. Because obviously with some animals, when they have a baby, you can't just, like, move that baby. Sometimes you have to, like, let it stay there. Because that's just somehow it kind of goes sometimes. Yeah, they're doing great. Like, I've seen them going about. They've ate the food and all that kind of stuff. Oh, by the way, for people who are watching on YouTube, this is a live stream that is broadcasted on Facebook, so I'll be replying to comments here live. You won't be able to see them unless you're on Facebook, but if you go down in the description, there'll be a link and you can join the group for yourself. Just make sure you answer a few questions honestly and professionally. And then you'll be accepted into the group, and you'll be able to join us every week for a live stream. It was absolutely horrible. I was kind of hoping that later on in the day I'd feel better, and then be like, you know what, I feel better, I can do the live stream. But then it just kept leaning on, and then it got to 12, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to do this. So I was like, I have to try and get a post out at least saying that there's no live stream, otherwise people will think, well, where's the live stream? And yeah, I wanted to make sure people were aware, like, I'm not well, so there's not gonna be a live stream. Unfortunately, I did announce it. At least I think I announced the live stream the day beforehand, and then I next day announced it that it wasn't gonna happen, which really bothered me, but it happens. Unfortunately, I was fine, and I was like, yep, I'll definitely do the live stream. And then the next day I took ill, and that was kind of when it went downhill for that week. But I'm feeling much better now. It was just the normal everyday things. Nothing bad. I just felt it wasn't like an illness or anything like that. I wasn't like sick, as in like the flu or anything. I this did not feel well. This did not feel well. This felt like less energetic than usual and just overall not good. That was basically it. But yes, I have tarantula feedings to do. I just wanted to catch up on some stuff because we missed it last week, and yeah, it's great to catch up and get back to talking about all this kind of stuff because it is important. Because this channel and the page and the group and everything, it's what I do, it's what I take care of. So yeah, what I do. And I know a lot of people on YouTube come here for like the content and the title stuff. These are live streams that are made on Facebook, so those stuff that you see in the title and thumbnail, they'll come. Tarantula live stream and baby crickets. Not baby crickets. Why did I keep saying baby crickets? I meant baby cockroaches. Yes, baby dead the most important part. Trying to be specific. But yeah, I have tarantulas. Well, a tarantula to feed. I do feed her crickets because that's just what she eats. That's just a normal thing. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who's coming who's coming each week at a certain set time to watch me feed my tarantula, to watch me freak out about it. Hopefully she does eat. I am hoping so because right. So last week, well, last week, the last time I did the live stream, I mentioned how I put a dead cricket in there, in her enclosure, and she did not eat it. But after a while, I was like, you know what? I'll put another live one in there. I put a live one in there, and then eventually she did eat that one. And then when I eventually went on, she eventually did end up eating the dead one as well. So, which is all great. It's all great, which clearly means she isn't probably in pre-molt. Hopefully. I don't know. But she's been doing absolutely great. She's been doing fine. She's been eating, and I'm hoping this time she'll eat as well. So I don't have to risk taking the cricket out because I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready to do that today. I don't want to be doing that today. That is like trying to get into a lion's den and take out the meat before it attacks you. And that to me is just like, no. You just don't want to deal with it. You just like, hopefully throw the meat in there. The lion will eat it, and they'll be done the job. It's a lot easier. You won't have to deal with the paranoia. But yeah, it's just nice to be back and doing live streams again this week and next week. Hopefully, if I'm feeling well enough for it, yeah. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that because obviously it's very, very important. And plus, these are the only kind of content I upload as well. So, gotta keep you guys comfort. I was gonna say confirmation, but contentful. Gotta get you contentful. Give you something to watch. Give you something to do. But yeah, I'm going to get Astrix, and we're gonna check her out, and then we'll work on feeding her. Though I gotta move this because I have to display her. She's gonna get a whole photo shoot. There we go. Alright, I will be back. Just gotta move this real quick. And then get Astrix. Okay, I have her. She's here. Hold on one sec. Okay, so she is right here. She is still a star. She's been moving around absolutely fine. She is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Look at how cute she is. Oh my god, she's adorable. But yeah, her closure is still the same as before. She roughed all the substrate up there and took apart down here where the cord brook is, and under here made a little tunnel entrance. Uh, like I said before, like when she makes tunnels, she makes them very open and wide. Not something that I want to deal with. That'd probably be worse than trying to get the cricket out. Yeah, I'm gonna try and yeah, she goes down into that little hole where she feels safe and secure. Well, I'm trying to open this up. Then I'll pop a cricket down there and hopefully we can watch her eat it. And if she doesn't eat it, well, she's gonna have to deal with it for a bit, and then I'll see if she does eat it or not. Because I did that before and she did eat it, so sometimes you just need a little extra time. Other times it's just like she can't be bothered or she's in primo or stuff like that. But I doubt she's in primo this time, so well, I doubt that she's gonna ignore the food this time, but we'll have to wait and see. She's always full of surprises. But yeah, I'm going to get my tongs, get a cricket, and then we're gonna watch this. Okay, I have it here. Okay, this is the cricket. It's a pretty decent big cricket this time, so I wanted to see if she would eat a bigger one. Because put this down here. Now let's see. Oh, it's not this way. She's still down there? Oh, I need to check real quick. Yeah, she's still down there. Okay, let's see how this goes. Woo! Oh my gosh, okay. Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh, did she get it? I can't even see myself, but I know that you guys can see it, but I can't because obviously she's turned towards the camera, and on the camera I can barely see it, so. Oh, 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 oh my gosh. Oh, I think she got it, probably. Let's see. I don't even know right. Yeah, it looks like she got it, so. That's so good. Oh, yeah, she got it, she got it. She got it. Oh my god, that was awesome to watch. It's so cool when that happens. She's going right into the corner where the cricket went. Pick this up again. She's just there. It's adorable though. Yeah. I'm glad that she did eat though. That was very, very good. I don't have to deal with the uh, the anxiety of her trying to get the cricket out because that would not be fun. I'm just gonna go get the water to spray down her enclosure first. Seeing as she's busy right now, I completely could do that without her risking it coming out. So yeah, I'll get water real quick. And yes, I still have another spider to feed. I have not forgotten that one either. Because Astrix is like the main star of the show, you know. She's just the main star. I'm trying. She's still busy in there, so I'll go and do this. Try and get a few drops of water in there. Try and some of the water went down. I don't want that to happen. Let's turn it this way, maybe. Oh, she's still with the food. Okay. Okay, there we go. That should be enough. Seeing as she is a species from South Africa, from what I remember, she doesn't need much water, but I have not given her any water this week, so that's a dose of water this week. And she has the juice coming from the cricket as well. That was pumped up with a lot of juice food. There we go. That's her done. Oh, she looks so cute. She looks adorable. She just is adorable. And she's so cute. She's adorable. Little cutie pie. But yeah, I'm gonna go put her back, and we're gonna go get the other spider, and then we're gonna feed that one. The wild spider that I caught a long while ago, and yeah, I want to keep my fingers from Astrix. Yeah, her feeding is absolutely amazing. But this one I wild caught it, so I'm not entirely sure what species it is, but I have an assumption, though I can't. And this spider relies on those seeds to create leaves. And those leaves, it can rub around. And so there's a lot of water in here, more than it should be, but it doesn't ever go down to the ground anyhow, so I don't expect it to really care much. But as you can see, it's right up there, just in the corner there. It's up there. And so we're gonna be feeding that one today. This one never comes out when the lid's open, so I'm not really worried about it coming out at all. Like I kind of just know it won't come out. But yeah, so I can just go ahead, pop cricket in there, and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna go grab my tongue, put it right next to me, and I'm gonna go grab a cricket, and then we're gonna shove it in there. Okay, I got a decently big cricket for this one, because this one is, I think this one is an adult. I don't really think it's a baby at all. So I'm gonna give it a bigger cricket than usual. Let's bring this down so you guys can see. Though there probably won't be much action for this one, because this one is just, it probably won't eat on the camera. I've only seen it ever eat once on camera, and that's about it. Other times I had to purposely show it when it was just eating. Okay, we're going to throw this in. It's right there, so I'm not really worried about it coming out right now. There we go. It's in. It'll eventually feel the vibrations of the leaves and the grass shaking, and then it'll go down and it'll get it. So yeah. That is them. This one you just won't see eat, because they just won't go down. It'll take its time to do that. So yeah, that one is that done, dusted. So I'll be taking this one back, because there's not much to really do here. There's grass seeds in here. There's a lot of webbing. There's a lot of webbing and stuff like that. Though I do wonder what it would be like if I got another species of this one, wondering if this one is a male or female, and see if I can pair the two. Then they eventually have babies of them, which would be interesting, to be honest. Very, very interesting, actually. Though I'm not entirely sure what species it is, though I'm pretty sure someone can tell me. There's enough people here. Okay, that's them for feeding time. My cat is just casually in my room drinking water as I do this. He's kind of like watching me, like go by. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?" But yeah, that's them for feeding. Oh gosh. Yeah, she is definitely growing well, and I'm so proud of her, and I love her development. Like she's getting bigger, but at the same time, it's kind of like sometimes it's worrisome, where she has a darker color, and I think she's supposed to be in primo, but it's still eating, and it's so weird. It's so weird, but then again, it could just be herself. You know, she is a Brazilian black. Her skin color is gonna change. It's gonna get darker each time out through her ages, and she's just eventually going to be darker color. Because with all, everyone knows with all tarantulas, like eventually their color gets a bit darkened because they're going into primo. But sometimes with tarantulas that are naturally a darker color, as they grow older, they get those darker pigmenteds, and it doesn't like lighten up or anything. It's just brighter darkness, and I know that probably doesn't make much sense for people who don't own tarantulas or something like that, but if you think of it like this way, the darker the darkness, the brighter it is. And that's kind of how it goes. So the lighter the darkness gets is kind of how far in development they are. And you do definitely get tarantulas that have lighter skin color. In the same sense, it's also lighter. It's really complicated to explain because when you get a tarantula and they have so many pigmented colors, over the time span of it, it's interesting to explain. It's an interesting topic, but it's something that is very, very important because it helps you see a tarantula's development, when they're going to molt and when they're not going to molt, and all that kind of stuff. And it's really, really important to pay attention to those color corrections because each different one can show you the development of that tarantula. Because could have a tarantula with very faint pigments, but that tarantula could be fine. But you could also have a tarantula with very faint pigments that is the same species but not be fine. And so it's kind of just how it goes on. But at the same time, if you get a tarantula who's, let's say, a female, and they're supposed to have really bright colors and they don't, it's kind of concerning as their development. In my opinion, from what I know I'm still a beginner and that's probably like a really big statement to say, but from what I know, if those color pigmenteds aren't there and your tarantula isn't the color it's supposed to technically be, it's kind of concerning. But if it's still going on well, if it's still well, then it's absolutely fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just how it was born, you know? It was just how I was born, like with less color pigments, and that was it. Yes, hello, hello. He's currently over there. Hello. You coming, boy? I wonder if he'll let me pick him up so that I can show my camera. You come here. Oh, I got cat. I know. You probably don't like this, but you get to be on camera. Meow. Aww, my little boy. You can go now. Yep, there we go. Hair is everywhere. Yeah, the crickets can definitely be massive. They're, I'm not sure what species type crickets they are. If that even is a thing. Probably. That probably is a thing. But I'm not sure what species they are. They're just random crickets I have. They're not randomish. I get them from a certain website, but they are crickets that I have that I get each time. And they're the same each time, just so there's no, like, difference or anything. They're the same each time. And they grow relatively quickly. Like they grow relatively quickly, and they get like I get them from like baby sizes, like really really baby sizes, and then I have them out for the entire week, and then when they grow up from the entire week, I then feed them. Though with a little trick, to keep them alive for a little bit longer, I add a little extra water to their food. That way they last a lot longer. Though it doesn't stop them from completely dying out, it will help with it. And I found that little tip from another tarantula group, which is very, very helpful. But yeah, crickets definitely can be big, and you have to obviously be careful of how much of a certain size you give your tarantula, because if that tarantula is too small and the cricket's too big, you got a complication there, because that tarantula will feel like it can't eat that cricket. But also at the same time, you can have tarantulas that are really small but have like absolute confidence in themselves, and that is a surprising thing. So I've had spiders before that are smaller than anything, and they can take down really big crickets, and it mind blows you. It absolutely mind blows you. Astrix is the star of the show, yeah. She is. She's the star of it all. She's the one that started it all, you know? I got her for my birthday, and she's now part of the family, and it started all of this. It's absolutely insane. Like, how that. And then as soon as I had Astrix, all of it changed. It changed massively in a massive aspect. Because when I had spiders in my room back in the day, I would not be able to sleep. Now when I have a spider in my room, I'm kind of like, okay, well you're there. Like, alright. Because I know more information about them. I'm not fearing something I don't completely understand. I'm kind of understanding their point of view now. When I see a spider, I'm like, oh, maybe it's that species, maybe it's that species, you know? If I see a wolf spider, even though they're pretty scary looking, um, when I look at it now, like, I just see a poor little thing just being absolutely scared by other people. And it's just insane how my point of view upon spiders changed completely as soon as I had Astrix. Like, it's incredible. And I definitely do think spiders are they're just hated because they're mostly misunderstood. And of course, there are spiders that think about biting before questioning. And those do give a bad name to other spiders. Because, yeah, there are some bad tarantulas and there are some good tarantulas. Just like human beings, there are some good ones and there's some bad ones. You can't have it all. You just gotta go with what's the mixes. And what you end up crossing paths with. So, it's kind of how it goes. Hello, boy. My cat is trying to get my attention. He doesn't want to be picked up and then wants my attention now. But yeah, it's insane how my perspective of spiders went. Of course, I still get afraid. Like, that's not at all an issue. I can definitely get scared of them, because obviously, while they're still harmless, there's some still harmless. They can still bite you. Like, you can still get bitten. And then there's a possible chance of a spider running away because it's afraid, and you know, you can obviously get scared of that. You can still love tarantulas and spiders, but obviously there is still some fear in that because you can still get scared of certain actions that they have, and that's okay. Like I guess I get scared of having to try take out a cricket from Astrix enclosure because I'm afraid she's gonna run out. And then I'll have to live with a tarantula in my room, and if I'm quite frank, I haven't yet lived with a tarantula freelancing in my room yet. I mean, with spiders I have. Tarantula, on the other hand, that's it's a bit more different. Bit here. You won't know what to do. Willow, what are you doing? Meow. This cat is so weird. He's like looking around, trying to do something. He was scratching at the post on the side where my clothes are. Because he knows every time he does that, I tell him not to do it because it brings my it brings my attention to it. And then he went over to the other side, which he knows it brings my attention to it because that's what he does when he wants to sit next to me. So he's just trying to get my attention now. I picked him up, he wants to go down, and then he wants to try and get my attention. Makes absolutely zero sense. But then again, I didn't live stream because I was ill. Just did not feel up for it at all, was not well. Though next week we will be doing a live stream long as I'm feeling better. And well, today I am feeling better, just got a slight bit of a headache, but so if I am not saying things correctly in this live stream, that's probably a whole reason why. But next week, if I do feel better, if I do feel good, we'll be doing a live stream, and it'll just be a chit-chat kind of thing. No feedings, because obviously I don't feed Astrix every single week anymore, because I just kind of want to give a week break, you know. Just so I'm not force feeding her or making her grow up way too fast than she should be. I want to still learn from her being a baby to then slowly growing into the woman that she can be. Hopefully a woman. Because they live for a lot longer, and I'm not hoping for my first tarantula just to die after a year of being matured. Though, you know, if that does happen, it's okay. She'll still keep her name. I'm not changing her name just because her gender was different than I thought it was gonna be. Like, that's not gonna happen. Her name will still be Astrix. I'll still refer to her as Astrix. We'll all still call her Astrix. Regardless of the gender, it'll still be, always will be Astrix. So. But, there's not much you missed. We have some baby cockroaches now. They're going to be going around. Obviously, I won't be using them until Astrix is much bigger. I just have cockroaches because I wanted to start breeding my own. Have my own colony and eventually have them, like, completely, what's the word for it? Completely, I'm not going to say this. My own like little pile of them, so then I can just keep using them for feedings by the time Astrix is an adult. Someone probably guessed what I mean out there, right? You know, like having to keep what do breeders do to keep. What I do with the food is I chop up some oranges. I put those oranges into some water, let it like soak in, that it takes up more of the juices, and then put it into the enclosure so then they can nibble all over it. Obviously, they do have a sponge as well in there that I fill it with water as well, and I clean it up, I rinse it off and stuff like that, because some of them, they like to chew it up, and they like to die inside of it, which is not fun, So I have to deal with that, and I have to take out every single corpse in there. And so I eventually have to rinse it out each time, but it's fine. They get more extra water that way. They still have the food. I change the food every once a week because their food doesn't go bad until at least 5 months into the week, I should say. And that's a pretty good, decent amount of time, if I have to say so myself. So yeah, it seems a bit better that way. I know that someone mentioned pumpkin for crickets as they get older, but if anyone's gonna find pumpkins in this year, it ain't gonna be me. Finding pumpkins in a year that they just genuinely aren't around is so difficult and probably more expensive than usual. So it's better just to get oranges because it gives that more fruity taste. They got a lot more juices in them, and it's safe for them to eat as well. So it's not too toxic for them, and it's safe for them to eat. So it seems like a really good mix, you know. And oranges are just really easy to get. It's really easy to get. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end lunching now. Thank you for going to my TED Talk and my tarantula live stream where we discuss tarantulas, feed tarantulas. Join us because I have new topics I want to talk about and stuff like that. Because I feel like it's just fun to just address new topics every now and then the next other week just have a little fun with feeding our tarantulas and stuff like that. Because it just seems so fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week, hopefully. But yeah, it's been great. It's been fun. It's been having a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. For those who have joined, because it really does mean a lot to me, the amount of people who come and who stay and who come and just enjoy the party. Even if you're someone who doesn't own a tarantula themselves, you do not have to own a tarantula to be in this group. You just have to love them and care for them, and that's it. That's it. You just have to be a lover of them. You know, not a fighter, but a lover. Honestly, that's just a bit weird. I mean, there are probably some you don't have a tarantula yourself, which is okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you guys have a lovely week tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, goodbye and adios. Now I have to wait for the loading screen to show up real quick so I can stop this stream. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and bye!